Hello, my stamping friends. It is Tammy with Stampin' Scrap Tammy. I am coming to you with our very first Facebook Live for our virtual catalog launch party. We have got a new celebration catalog as well as a new mini catalog. And of course, did I set the catalog here? I did not. How silly is that? I better grab one so I can share it with you. And I know it takes a minute for people to log on, find the page. As you see, I'm going kind of straight into the project mode here. So make sure if you're here that you say hello. There is a link above, or if you're watching on YouTube, the link is probably located right below if you're watching the replay, for door prizes. So be sure to fill out a door prize form. That's also going to put you on the VIP list so that you can get our Tutorial Tuesday video, or not video, email that has a tutorial. It's got all kinds of fun stuff. So I did have to change last minute the party group. So it wasn't going to be in the very virtual party group, but I'm not sure why, but Facebook is not allowing me to do my posts there. Like it's pretty much gone. So I apologize that the party got started later this morning because it just wasn't working. So we are just, rather than just letting it, you know, rain on my party, forget it. We're going to go back over just to the Stampin' Scrap Tammy page where we know it's going to work. So I'm just trying to find it here. I am seeing it, but it's not showing me that you all are here. But I think you are because I can see it on my phone. So make sure if you're here, we're going to get started on the project very soon. It is a simple stamping, what I call simple successful stamping project today. I'm going to share with you one layout, many different, not many, 3 different designer series papers, and it's just going to be great. So hold on one second here. Again, it's not showing me right how I want to see it, but that's okay. I'll just follow along. If you have any questions, I see on my phone that you guys are all here, but it's just not showing me on the computer, but that's okay. We can work around that. I would prefer to be able to see it, but here we go. Finally, it just took a minute for it to pop up there. All right, here we are. Okay, celebration. That started just the other day, so we got to do some highlighting of some of the things in there. As you see, I got this, what is called Penguin Playmates Designer Series paper sitting right in front of me. I do have the order special that posted earlier. You are going to get 5 free card setups. I'm going to share with you those tomorrow. I'm still working on them, but they are fabulous. And you're going to get a new embellishment, brand new embellishment, and then you're going to get one from my retired too. So this order special goes through Monday. The embellishment special, that's all month long, but if you want the 5 additional cards, that goes until Monday. Just follow any of the ordering links that I have posted on my page and it'll get you right where you need to go. All right, so we've got some penguin paper. And what I wanted to share with you with that first, I'm trying to decide the order of business I want to do. I think I'll share with you the card I made with it first. And then we'll get into the stamping after that because I just want to show with you how cute it is. The card that I'm using today, I'm not using the penguin, but I'm using the paper. I'm going to show it as a birthday card, but look at how cute. So this is the layout we're doing today. I'm going to write down the measurements for you pretty soon, okay? Isn't that cute? I love this little penguin. This is going to be one of the cards in our card club class in August. I know we're moving to Christmas, but this paper is only available for 2 months. So I wanted to make sure to be able to get a class in with it. Now let me show you what's cool about this. So not only is the first side really nice. I don't even have all the papers here because I've been using it all. But the back side is beautiful that you can use for different occasions. It wouldn't have to be winter. It wouldn't have to be, you know, Christmas. It could be any occasion. But what I do want to share, there's the Penguin Bundle. It is called Penguin Place Bundle. And within that, there is a punch. Love punch bundles. You can get it for free right now with the starter kit if you'd like, although I'd probably pick one of the more expensive bundles, like the one that's $60. So free bundle with the starter kit right now. But look at this. Look at how cool that is. It punches out from the designer series paper. Love that. But you can also stamp the penguin and then punch it out too. So I just wanted to make sure to show you that. All right, I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. I will write down today's card measurements because you are going to want to do this card layout if you have not done it already. So when I do what I call a simple, successful stamping project, what it is I use some simple measurements. Again, this is very simple actually. So don't let it fool you with the fun fold. But then I like to show it with a variety of different designer series papers. So what I'm going to share today is all of the celebration papers that are free for the next 2 months or while supplies last. So we have 3 of them: Penguin Playmates, Beautifully Penned, and Peaceful Prints, I believe is the name of the other one. So right here, I'm going to write down the measurements. Hopefully I can remember them. So let's go with our base. So on this card, and then we'll get to stamping. I promise we're going to do a little bit of stamping today. All right, so on this card, my fresh freesia that I have on there is my base. And I'm going to cut that to 5.5, okay? So let's write base. 5.5 by 4 1/4, okay? Nice, simple. That's the base. And then let's go layer 1. And in this case, I have got, let me think of the name of that, Soft Seafoam, layer 1. And all the cards I'm going to share with you today, the measurements are exactly the same, okay? And so layer 1, we have got 5 1/4 by 4. So as you see, these layers just go down by 1/4 inch. And then layer 2 is the DSP, Designer Series Paper. So if you see that DSP, that stands for Designer Series Paper. So layer 2, we have got 5 by 3 3/4. Now, if you wanted to skip that layer, you just do your DSP this size. And then let's see, this little piece here, right? My fresh freesia, I have got, let's see, what should we call that? Let's call that the flip. How about that? That kind of sounds fun, doesn't it? We're going to go 2 1/4, okay, by 8.5. So really, you don't even cut that. You just cut the 2 1/4 off of there, and then you score it at 4 1/4. Okay, now on this one, I just took the flip side of this paper. Okay, so it's the back side of this Designer Series paper, and I did this piece here is 2, see, just the 1/4 inch down from here, 2 by, I'm hoping that this is all on screen. Look at that. I'm hoping that it'll all fit. I didn't even think about that. I wrote it big because I want you to be able to take a screenshot of this. And you know, I could probably share this in one of my tutorial Tuesdays. I'm thinking this one is going to become a full-fledged written up tutorial because it's just that cute. Well, it is going to be because it's in my card class coming up in August. So this Designer Series here is 2 by 4, okay? So those are our measurements for today. So not a ton of cutting, super easy to do, and let's get started. So this is the first card. I've already made up with that. I am going to pull in some supplies here. I'm going to bring back the Biggest Wish stamp set from the annual catalog. We shared that in a Facebook Live last week, and it was just beautiful. And I just love how the sentiments worked. And I was looking for a label to work with on today's project, and I thought, well, hey, that looks great. So I have already told you all those measurements. Let's see if they're showing here. So I think I can move this out of the way. Again, I'll share these in a tutorial Tuesday with you. Maybe next week would be a good week to do that. I think it would be. Here we go. All right. So good. I see that people are finding me. I am so sorry we are not in the very virtual party group, but all the same stuff is going to happen. For whatever reason, Facebook has been a little upset with me the last few weeks, and they just basically paused my whole group. So I have no like administrative ability over in that group. And so, you know what? I'm not going to let them stop us from having a party. So we're just going to be on the Facebook page, which is just fine. It's all going to work out the same. Okay, so do make sure you fill out the door prize form so that you can be entered for some stamp set drawings that we'll be doing. Tomorrow, if you have not attended a virtual party before, there is a card share. So you can go ahead and share a project you've made. That enters you in, but you do have to fill out the door prize form still. So now look at this. So this is cute. It's kind of a hard decision to make, right? But if I flip it, I've got a totally different look, because I wanted to show how you don't have to do the winter theme here. And then I got my little flippy here. Call it a flippy. I don't know what the actual term for that would be. Okay, little secret about this layout too, that's kind of nice. If you gotta send a card, but you're not entirely sure what to say. You don't wanna do a lot of writing. So there's not a lot of space on there. There's not a lot of real estate for writing in there. So it is a perfect option where you wanna just be able to say happy birthday, sign your name, and be on with it. Or, get on with the day, pop it in the mail, and off you go. All right, and so I'm gonna put this cute pattern here with the stripes. Now, I did have my, these are called the layering circle dies. I had this already cut out from over here, so I'm gonna just go with that too, just as another layer. Actually, I haven't made a sample for this, so I'm gonna get it ready. I'm gonna wait to put it on and decide if I wanna have it on there or not. So you're kind of seeing design on the go right now. So this might not make the cut, but it might, okay? We're just gonna see how it goes. So I have my label here from, I believe it is called the Tasteful Label Dies. And we are gonna say, well, you know what? It's gonna say happy hello because my birthday didn't fit quite on here. So we're gonna do a happy hello for this particular one. I'm gonna do my soft seafoam first. So this little part here is gonna look a little familiar if you watched last week. And let's go ahead and stamp this. We'll go kind of just a little bit off to the right because I'm gonna actually add a little ribbon over there to make it look like a tag. Okay, and then that was soft seafoam. What I'm gonna do next is bring in my fresh Freesia ink and add right over the top of this, hello. And all these colors coordinate with the designer series. Okay, so isn't that cute? And then we do need to add a little tag. So I will pull in actually just a stapler. Not a lot of stuff I use is not Stampin' Up, but I need a stapler. So I'm gonna pull in a stapler, which is also not mine. If you were watching last week, I discussed how I don't have my ribbon scissors here, how I borrowed this stapler from my mom many, many years ago, and I have failed to give it back to her. And I believe she has either, I think she had more than one, or she's bought another one. So maybe I owe her a stapler. But what I'm gonna do here is go on in, hold my ribbon there. Perhaps that's not how I did it. I think what I did, let's do this a little bit smarter. Let's be smart about it. And let's add a glue dot first. Now, isn't that a pleasant idea? Okay, so glue dot first, that's gonna hold it in place so I don't have any issues. That's what we did, and now we're gonna staple it. And it makes it look like this is a tag, or like it was meant to be a tag. I made it into a tag. And let's go ahead and just snip this a little bit shorter. I do highly, highly recommend keeping a scissors for ribbon only. This one I cut some pretty sturdy paper with the other day, so it's a little bit dull, but if I had my ribbon scissors, that would be a great idea, but I don't, so we're gonna make it work. Okay, so now all I gotta do here is attach this, and I am gonna put this. I'm gonna put my layering circle. We're gonna put that right in the center, and then I will grab some dimensionals, put them up on that. I'm gonna let that hang off the side just a little bit, because I think that looks nice. And so I'm gonna make sure I don't, oh, that's the back, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna make sure that I don't put dimensionals right there. That wouldn't make much sense because it's gonna hang over the edge. So I will keep my dimensionals more to the left side of this. And I think that on this particular card, we're probably gonna wanna add some rhinestones. So hopefully I have some nearby because I think it's gonna need just a little bit extra, a little glitz and glam to it. So isn't that adorable? A nice happy hello card. You could do a different label and then just, make it a birthday. You can do whatever you want, but I decided just happy hello so it would fit on there, be nice, quick, simple. I have got my rhinestones here. We need to take a pick tool. I'll be right back. And I am getting so excited to share with you these last two cards that I have sitting to the side here. I have to do a little heat embossing for one, so that's what's coming up next. And then I'll share with you the other ones I have. These are so cute. I'm so happy that I came up with this idea last night. I was trying to think of what are some of my favorite go-to layouts. And this was one of the first layouts that I got. I went to my upline, Kay Kalkoff's. She used to do a big stamping event, and I think she called it Fall Flair. And I went to it my first year stamping, and we made a card with, if you were stamping 4 or 5 years ago, you probably remember, with little gingerbread men. And we made this exact layout. I came home and recreated this card like 10 times over because I just think this layout is so amazing. I was blown away by this layout and actually how simple it was. But when I first made it, I just thought, wow, this is just amazing. And I mean, Kate is amazing, but I thought, wow, how did she even come up with that layout? Isn't this just great? Gosh, I love it. Okay, moving on. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. If you've been here for stamping at my house, you know that I get distracted pretty easy. So this is kind of like that. I'm having a party. I'm getting distracted. Now look at this. So cool. So this is the Peaceful Prince paper. And I do not yet have the coordinating stamp set for this. It's coming, but I don't have it yet. But I still wanted to show the paper, so I had to make do. So what did I do? I pulled in a cute little label. Now this is the flip side of this paper too. Okay, so that same piece of paper. I pulled in a label from these dies here. Oh, I guess I don't have the name. It is some Halloween dies in the new catalog. Gosh, I should have the name, but I don't. So it's some new dies, back of the catalog. They're great. I should probably look at the name of those. I thought I had it in there, but I don't. And I cut this label from it. So when I look for both stamp sets and dies, I like it when I could do more than just a Halloween. And so it had great labels, so that's why I went with that one. And I am going to use a stamp from here, Words of Cheer, because this is going to fit in there really nice. So I'm going to use Sending You Christmas Cheer. And it is a photopolymer. Now look at this, isn't that nice? So when I'm done with it, and I could take them all off of there, I can set it right on top of there. And then I can know if I'm missing any stamps, which for me, that's fabulous because I'm always losing stamps. You know, you put them together for a class and then I don't put them away right away. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that on my block. This is, what block is this? This is block B. I like this size for these little stamps. And I'm going to do some heat embossing here because this is gold. I got to just, you know, keep going with that nice rich gold color. So I think I got it ready. I sure did. I have got my gold embossing powder ready and I will need some Versa, which is right here. And I need my label, of course. And let's get started. So if you have not heat embossed before, I've been doing it quite a bit and it's really quite enjoyable. So you need Versamark and then you need some embossing powder. We have two different sets of embossing powder. There's like gold, silver, copper, and then there is another set that is like white, black, and I think there's one more in there. But here we go. So Versamark is what you put on first. And we're gonna go straight up, straight down. Let that soak in there, and then I'll just go like that to get it off of there. I'm gonna take my powder and just sprinkle it over the top. I use just a coffee filter. I mean, there's fancier tools, but that seems to be the most handy for me. Looks like I got a little leftover piece of paper from another project. And so now I can set this to the side. And I will now bring in my heat tool. I'm done with this as well. So you can do multiples up at a time before you heat. You just want to be careful so that you don't bump it because the powder will come off there because it's not set yet. So what happens is the heat tool is what is going to set it, make it so that it doesn't come off. Okay, so now I'm gonna hold it with my Take a Pick tool because this is kind of a small label, so I don't want to be picking it up with my hands. And heat embossing is pretty magical. First time I did it, I was just blown away. And it makes it so that you can use these darker colors, you know, and do the stamping right on them. Otherwise, of course, if I just tried to stamp it, you wouldn't be able to see it on black. And that's what really coordinated nicely with this card. Again, I'll pull in and tell you these measurements one more time at the end, if I remember. That's my goal anyways. And that way you can have them if you'd like to recreate this layout with any designer series paper you have, any stamp set you have. It doesn't have to be this one. The ones I'm highlighting today though, look at how great that looks. Look at how rich it looks. And so I've got this gold ribbon. I don't remember what it's actually called. It's one of the new gold ones. I don't know if I put it away already. If it pops up here in my view, I will grab it and share it with you before we're done. But it is in my paper and ribbon shares too. So if you are looking at these papers now and you're like, gosh, I don't have that big of an order, or you just want to get a sampling of these, if you order a full paper share, so that means you get the regular papers, the ribbon. Again, I'm just putting on the left side here because it's going to hang over a little bit on the side there. So if you get the paper, the ribbon, and the specialty papers, I will include sampling of all of these designer series. And I have one more to show too that would be included in that. Okay, so look at that. Isn't that nice looking? Oh, I like how that turned out. I'm almost happy that I didn't have the stamp set that coordinates with this paper yet because I like how this looks. It kind of forced me to try something new. All right, here we go. I am going to add, let's add some gilded gems. I've got some miscellaneous ones left over. Oh, those are rhinestones. I've got some miscellaneous ones left in my little embellishment kit here. So I'm going to grab my Take a Pick tool. I'm going to do the exact same thing as I did with those rhinestones. I'll sprinkle 3 on the top. Now the big gilded, it's sometimes a little tough to get off of there. So we'll sprinkle 3 there. Let's go a large one, a medium one, and let's put a small one. And then I'm going to do the same on the bottom. I'll put a small one, and then we'll put a medium one as well. And that's going to finish this card. And then I have one more card to share. I'm not going to, it's already done. So one more card I'm going to bring in using the Beautifully Pen Designer Series paper. Okay, so look at how cool these are. This might be my favorite one. And I really do want to share with you that ribbon. So this is the ribbon. It's just called, that's kind of strange, Gold or Gold. Maybe they ran out of names. Gold or Gold Shimmer Ribbon. So that is the ribbon that, oh, I haven't even taken the whole plastic off of there. This is the first time I've used it. So Gold or Gold Ribbon is what we have right here. I'm thinking it could just be Gold Ribbon, would be just fine. Gold Shimmer Ribbon. All right, so isn't that pretty? And then we added the gilded gems to polish it up. And last but not least, let's share with you, this maybe ended up being my favorite. Let me see if I have the ribbon that I used on here, because it is stunning. Okay, ready for it? Look at this one. This is the Beautifully Penned Designer Series paper. This is the flip side of this exact piece. I happen to have laying around one of my flowers already cut out. Now, traditionally in the hand penned, it's more pastel color. So this is the first time I did it with like a bright red. I used my Real Red Blends marker and Daffodil Delight. And then what I did was, let me show you the hand penned stamp set. And actually, I think I used a different thank you. This is a hand pen petals, okay? And what I did, I believe what I used, let me see if I can find it. I think I used the Color Contour thank you. But what I did was I stamped it, and it was too long. It was a long sentiment, so I just cut it in half. Much like I did on this technique here, where I cut apart my sentiment to fit it to the space that I wanted to. I did the same thing yesterday. So this is like my new thing, I guess. You know how that happens? You find a thing, and then I did this when I was scrapbooking, and I would do like the same concept for like months. So you can look through my scrapbooks and see, you know, kind of where I was at with how, whatever technique I was using. So this is kind of the technique I've been doing a lot lately, and I love it. And so this is the card I made yesterday, also using that same technique where I cut apart the sentiment to make it fit the space that I wanted. And this was using the sheep stamp set. I cased the catalog on this one, but isn't that cute too? So here's some really great celebration things that we have going on. I will continue sharing with you some celebration things and other mini catalog things tomorrow, but let's bring these all in. And let me just give you a great look at that. Oh, I was going to tell you these measurements one more time so that if you tuned in late, you will get them. But you can see a view of all 4 cards using the same layout. You get a totally different look from each card, but the same layout and measurements. Again, what I call Simple, successful stamping. Let's write those down one more time. I'll write them on a smaller sheet of paper so that I don't know if that all fit in view. So let's just grab this piece of paper here. Although I should not use white. I'm gonna switch to a different color. And white, oh, here's the ribbon. Here's the ribbon I wanted to share. This is the ribbon on here. This is a new ribbon. This one is gingham ribbon, black and white. And I've actually, it's just like the perfect length, or like the width. It ties quite lovely. Look at that bow, it just ties great. And I don't know, it's just pretty. It's just the simplicity of it, I love it. Okay, so why am I not gonna use my piece of white paper? Well, because we are on a white paper shortage here in the stamp studio. What I did was, I didn't order it. So I am waiting patiently, and I'm just pulling all the little scraps out of past kits, out of my scrap bin, anything I can find for the white project. So this actually worked out great that I used, oh, I didn't put my insert in here, that I have this little tiny spot of real estate for my white there because I don't have a lot of it. So if I want to finish the insides of my cards, this is a perfect way to do it. Okay, here we go. Let's put that back. Pretend like I didn't forget to do that. And let's write those measurements down one last time. So how do you take part in the very virtual party? Let me take a drink. I'm still drinking coffee from my new Canadian coffee mug. Gosh, got a little behind starting things today down here. Okay, I'm not sure why I grabbed this color. So we are using, oh, good thing to use this one. This is a retired color. This is Retired Dark Calmy Clover. So I love using my blends markers. All right, so let's go over these measurements one last time in case you tuned in late. And I will talk a little bit about how you take part in the very virtual party. There's gonna be lots of posting, more posting than I ever post during the next 2 days. So I already posted today a card share, so you can post a project you've been working on. That enters you into door prizes. You can like this video. You can share this video. Like anything that you do to participate gets you entered in for the stamp sets, but you do have to fill out the door prize form. That's where I find my winners. I just pull from there. And then tomorrow there's going to be a mystery stamp. Oh, at 2 o'clock, I'm going to share with you my swap cards. Mystery stamping tomorrow night with a question and answer. That's going to have a whole separate door prize. That's going to be pretty cool. So there'll be lots of door prizes given out. Probably, let me see, I'm doing 3 stamp sets this time. And then for the party tomorrow night, I'll also do some bonus like embellishments and things. So lots of ways to win. And okay, measurements, base. We're gonna do these one more time. See, I'm testing myself if I can remember these. The base of this card, all of them are the same. Let's remember that, is 5.5 by 4 1/4. And then layer 1 is 5 1/4 by 4. See, just down, excuse me, 1/4 of an inch. And layer 2, and this is just kind of a good way for any card, really. This is a good standard here. So this is kind of what I call standard layers. And then we've got 5 by 3 3/4 for the next layer. And then our flippy is what I called it. So like the black and then the fresh freesia that I have over here is, let's call this the flippy. And that would be 2 1/4 by 8.5. And if I have a full sheet of paper here, I'll just show, yeah, let me grab that. So basically, so if you have a full sheet of paper, our standard size paper, this is 8.5 by 11. So really all you do, you don't even have to cut the 8.5 part. You're just gonna cut your 2 1/4 right here. Simple, simple. All right, and so 2 1/4 by 8.5 is my flippy. My DSP, also the DSP is Designer Series Paper. So if you see that term and you're kind of new to the stamping world, and you probably wonder, what does that stand for? And it's Designer Series Paper. I had no idea when I started. And so this layer 2 is what I use DSP for too. The DSP for my flippy base part is 2, okay, by 4. Pretty simple. And then you would also do, if you wanted the white insert, that's the same. 2x4 is what the inside there is. So simple measurements, you just do this up, decorate it however you want, and you have got a perfect, simple, successful stamping project. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching today. Watch the Facebook feed, Facebook. This video is going to replay on YouTube, but on Facebook, I will be sharing with you some videos and projects right from Stampin' Up! In the next few hours. I do have to repost them all. I had them all scheduled to post over in the party group, but again, whatever reason, Facebook isn't letting me share anything over there. So I will repost as much as I possibly can in the next hour or so, because I've got some kids events to go to this evening. But I will get as much as I can posted for you to enjoy as you have time, or maybe if you're crafting, you can watch it live as well. But I'll be back at 2 p.m. with a Facebook Live tomorrow afternoon again to show off these fabulous swap cards. I have a box sitting across the counter from me. I haven't even opened it, that has 60, count it, 60 fabulous projects from my stamping friends. So I'm looking forward to sharing those with you tomorrow. All right, everybody, have a great afternoon. We'll see you back here tomorrow. I hope you enjoy all of the happenings here in the virtual party catalog launch. See you later.